Hello.
Hello, yeah, I just fired up the stream then as you joined.
Hello, everybody. Oh dear.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the League Racing Nations Championship for race number 2 of round 1 here at the Circuit of the Americas. Good old Kota, and I'm looking forward to this one. I'm your commentator, I've been Mike, but this week I've been joined in the commentary booth by a man who was racing last week, but this week he's in the booth with me. It's the man, Mark himself. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm really well. I got kicked out of the team for an even bigger passport chaser than me. So not the best, but no, I'm looking forward to giving some slightly biased commentary today. But no, it'll be looking forward to it. To be fair, this is going to be very interesting. Obviously, we've got the battle for second, really, more than anything, rather than first, which England seem to have tied up. But yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, only one lad from the Portuguese team in here tonight. That's Cortez, and that's pretty much written off Portugal's chances of getting any further in the competition. But hopefully, he has a good race because he is out there solo. So we wish him the best of luck.
I'm massively cheering for him, I'll be honest with you, because it seems like he's the only one with a little bit of a national pride compared to the rest of them. So forza that man, absolutely.
And of course, looking at the table right now, England obviously having pretty much the podium locked down last week. A commanding lead, favourites to go through top of the group. Currently on 73 points, and then, as you alluded to earlier, the battle for second between Norway, Ireland, and Finland is where it's really going to be. It's really going to matter about the positions that they finish here today.
Yeah, absolutely, because I know that the Norwegian lads and the Irish lads have been having a little bit of a banter in the chat, but we can't really forget Finland. The man Kiski, who's just going round, I think he's about 5th or 6th out in the second McLaren. He got a very good result last week. If he can just have a few people around him this time, he's going to be in good shape. But it's just a question of whether he can actually manage to get a few of his teammates on the ball as well.
Well, I mean, the good news is that obviously, it's top 15 to get points. There's 16 guys in the lobby. As long as you're not last, you're getting points.
Well, this is it, yeah. So obviously England are a man down. I think it's Paris. I think I've sent him an invite, so he might join during quali. You never actually know. And to be fair, default setup around here probably wouldn't be the worst actually. Out of any track, it's probably one of the more balanced tracks to have a go on it, I reckon.
Yeah, so hopefully he can join in during qualifying so he can compete in the race. But if not, England will be a man down. But I mean, England, they got such a good point haul last time out that I don't see them being threatened for top.
What's going on? What's going on in Sector 3? There is massive trains here. In quali, okay. I don't know. Hopefully there wasn't any taps there, because if you do, you can get in you need to get yourself a 5-place grid pen.
Yeah, I was just on board with your fellow compatriot Oshin as he invalidates Sector 1, which is going to be a big issue this race. And
He's giving Gary some slip. He's giving Gary a little bit of slip there, so that's a bit of teamwork from the Irish lads. And Gary's obviously second man round, and then we've got, I think it's the second Sauber, isn't it? Yeah, Dan Tan is coming down as well, and he's invalidated, along with TNR Steph, who is on a lap. So Be interesting to see if he can set time. It will be one of the few, because there's already a few invalidations going around as Gary comes around into sector 3.
Yeah, but into the penultimate corner, very easy to run out just a bit too wide there and invalidate, but kept it on track, and here he goes to the line. It's a 31.8.
It's pole. Come on, Ireland. There you go.
I mean, if everyone else invalidates their laps and don't get a lap on, it is pole.
This is it. Jonas goes quicker. And then Kiski even quicker, so... Sorry, he's still third. Morgan's fourth. Oh, he's no longer third, as Aaron Collingwood sets the fastest lap by an absolute country mile. That is a hell of a lap. 30.3. Wow.
Yeah, that's a monstrous lap from the Englishman in the Mercedes. But, you know, looking at the group table, I mean, it is very close between Ireland and Norway. I mean, only 2 points separating them after last week's results. And then, of course, you know, we got Finland, 16 points they're on. So they need a big gain here, Finland, to get in this battle. But it's primarily Norway versus Ireland.
Yeah, and Norway have got off to a fly, really, being in third and fourth so far. I'll tell you one that's interesting that's just caught my eye is that Lewis and Blizzard have both invalidated their first lap. They should be okay to get another 2 in quite comfortably, but it's interesting. Obviously, they're probably the 2 quickest guys in the lobby. I think everyone would probably agree with. As Oshin goes third. Where's that come from? Unbelievable.
Oshin will be looking for a good result here after what happened last week with him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yellow flags. Is that Blizzard? Yeah, Blizzard's gone round. I think he's just doing some donuts for the fans because he's already invalidated. I think he invalidated his first corner actually. From what I call he's definitely doing some donuts for the fans here. He's drifting. Hopefully he's listening to the stream. I'm following this. This is fantastic.
I'm on board with Lewis. I am.
It was literally drifting. What's all the English boys are taking us 2. As Lewis, that looked like an invalidation, but it wasn't, and he's definitely on a flying lap here because he's in mode 5.
He's at a purple first and second sector, so this is on course to be quicker than Aaron's time, and it could potentially threaten the 29s.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone very wide. It's not invalidated though, from the looks of it. What do you reckon, 29?
The final corner.
And it would have been pole. It would have been pole. Now he should still get two laps. He'll have to get his move on a bit though, as we've got. I think Oshin's coming into the pits. We've got another McLaren. Ozone It doesn't get off his lap to the best of starts there with a very, very big tank slapper.
Yeah, but this is one of the guys we need to keep an eye on with the Finnish lads, because they can throw a real spanner in the works for Norway and Ireland today.
Yeah, definitely. They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, you've got a guy in, hopefully I'm saying his name right, apologies if not, but Kiski in second as it stands. If he can get a top 3, top 4 result, all of a sudden that's pretty much wiped out the deficit to the Norway and the Ireland teams. So, and it just needs the other lads to do a bit better.
Yeah, right now though, they are the only ones that have opted for a different set of tyre compound.
Yeah, a bit odd. Lewis is I don't know what he's doing, but he's certainly not in anger. He's definitely showboating a little bit there for the fans. There's some carnage. some carnage in sector, just at the beginning of
Is
sector
that the
3.
racing point? Ah, isn't no, that invalidates his lap. Alright, here we go. The lone Portuguese man now coming to the final corner. Across the line and is 7th at the moment.
Oh, good man, good luck. Skivan is fastest in sector 1. Just as a bit, and he's going to get a toe. He's getting a toe here because that is a Toro Rosso.
That's Dantan up into 9th on the set of the medium, so that's a great lap there from him.
Yeah, he's getting a toe from Oshin, and that's going to really help him.
Yeah, we saw how well it worked for Gary earlier, so...
Yeah, steps on an outlap, so... Skivan currently sitting in last. I mean, it's pretty hard to invalidate. I don't want to curse him, but it's pretty hard to invalidate every corner except the one that's coming up now. Oh, we got a bit tentative. I don't think it's going to be pole just because of that last corner.
But it is into the 30s, and that's a great lap there from Skivan.
Very, very, very solid lap there. So we have a McLaren coming into the pits. Ozone Zero, I believe, starting his lap. What can Bogan do though?
Bogan now coming to the line, runs a little bit wide, but he does improve it, jumps up into 3rd.
And he derated as well on his ERS, so he could have probably got even a tenth or two quicker there. That teamwork between Ireland with that slipstream might have been the difference.
Gary
there.
up into 4th.
Wow.
Half a second improvement, and then Aaron with a 30 flat. These English lads, they're something different, aren't they?
I mean, to be fair as well, Aaron obviously wasn't the highest scorer last week because he'd had a bit of food, as we all know in the Group C chat. But he's certainly looking like he's going to make a strong candidate to giving his teammates a bit of a race today, which is good to see. I don't know how hard they will battle.
I've already pressed this matter, they're not going to battle.
As Oshin comes round, what's he going to do? He's going to do a 31 flat, and that is 3rd. This is so topsy-turvy. Obviously we had Kiski looking like in a very good spot, and then we had a couple of the... Was he run out of fuel? No.
Well, right now, 3 of the Irish lads in the top 5.
Yeah, but then we've got the Spectre that is Lewis and Blizzard running around out there, so it might not be for terribly long. Blizzard's on a very angry lap by the looks of it. He's gone purple in sector 2.
And it looks like he had a bit of a slipstream from Aaron as well on that back straight, so this could be a big lap year for the Ferrari.
Ooh,
He's drifted wide.
Really gone wide. I mean, this is still going to be a good lap, I reckon, just because of the guy's a machine. I mean, it's still good enough for 2nd. I mean, that's crazy. That's absolutely mad.
And Lewis has abandoned his lap because he's invalidated it.
Wow. I mean, last to 1st? Can't rule it out, can you? That's the crazy thing. So, really, the Finns need Ozone, Nola and Nutty to really improve, along with Zero, really. These guys definitely need to pick it up a little bit to help Kiski in his quest for at least a 3rd place.
Nola now to the line and gets up in the 13th. I think more is needed from the Finnish lads. I mean, obviously, qualifying is just qualifying. Like, the race pace could be a lot better than their qualifying pace. You never know.
Yeah, and it's just so tough to call between Ireland and Norway right now. Morgan, Morgan and Dantan, ironically, with the 15 points, they could actually end up being absolutely instrumental. Even my sole little 4 points last week, it just could be a difference. So every point's going to matter here.
And a lot of people on the outlap are just catching it, and I just completely cut in the S's.
Ooh, cheeky. Kiski is invalidated. He's using his... I think he's just trying to get back to the pits desperately. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't just... He obviously didn't have the fuel. Otherwise you'd think it would be a safer bet just to crack on, wouldn't you? But he just couldn't have had the fuel. It's going to be so tight for him.
Right, well, this is interesting now. Is Lewis going to drop behind his fellow Englishman, Aaron, for the slipstream on his flying lap, or is he going to do as well you mentioned earlier, the last question mark challenge, and give Aaron the tow?
So no one's on a lap in anger at the moment.
I think Stephen will be the first man to go on a fly as he approaches the final corner now, so we'll stay on board with the Irishman.
I tell you what's going to be tough is because we're going to have... I don't think Kiski's going back out. So he's going to have a clear run.
One person who has left it literally on the border is Steph. He's going to have to cut a couple of corners to get around.
Ski-Van goes purple.
Yeah. Big lap here for the Irishman.
He's gone very wide. Very wide there. And he's not going to get a tow off that car in front because that's a Red Bull. And that is actually going to be one of the Finnish lads who gets out of the way. And in doing so, may have actually cost himself the ability to actually get round. So, unfortunate for him, but good common sense driving there from him. He's going to try and follow Ski-Van round.
He's got a perfect second too. Ski-Van's on an absolute flyer right now.
This game loves a good little bug, so can't always trust it, but this does look a good lap, to be fair.
He's up now to the penultimate corner. Keeps her on track, lovely.
Oh, he's gone very wide. But he's improved.
He splits the English lads.
Wow. There's the Irish horn. There's the Irish horn.
Actually caught me off guard, that did.
We've got Steph over the line. Steph doesn't improve. Is it Aaron?
No, he's on his flying lap. He just crossed the line to start his flying lap. Lewis now to the line. And it's going to be Paul. Aaron behind him finishes it.
It's a great.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Too many. But yeah, this is just the grid is changing. Blizzard is in fourth. Ski-Van in third so far. What can these guys do behind? Nothing, it seems.
Right,
Dantan's finished.
Yeah, he doesn't improve.
Zero moves up to ninth. That's a cracking lap from him. We've got a Haas in the wall.
It's Cortez.
Well, you can start on the mediums. It's not all over for this warrior of Portugal.
I really want him to do well just because he's on his own.
No, I do. Nutty coming round. What's this going to be? Not looking the quickest. No, it's not the quickest. Again, on the mediums, interestingly.
Here comes Steph now into the final corner, and looks like an absolute kerfuffle going on at the end of Sector 2 over there on the mini-map, but Steph, I think, did improve a bit.
Are they all finished? Surely. They must be, because the timing's just completely wrong.
Yeah, I thought that.
Maybe not. No, because Kiski's... This is strange, because Kiski is on a flying lap, and he's going to do... Bogan over the line, the Ferrari comes over the line, that's that. We've got Mercedes, it's pitted. Oshin moves up above. Wow. Wow. Get your Irish horns out.
As hurried to the line and no improvement there. I think what's going on there is the game has... I think the game just didn't realise when the timing ended.
It's really strange. That's a new one from me. Definitely a new one for me. Skivan, we're waiting on Skivan as he's gone into the pits. I mean, that will be... I mean, it's Advantage Island at the moment, you have to say. Being in 3rd and 5th, with just Englishmen around them.
Yeah, and Blizzard unable to get an improvement on our lap timing as well. That's going to be a little bit bad for him, but there we go. We got Aaron on pole with a 30.061, 6 thousandths of a second ahead of his fellow Englishman, Lewis in 2nd place. Then we got the lead Irishman in Skivan in 3rd, Blizzard in 4th. Then we got Oshin in 5th, the first of the Norwegian lads in Bogan in 6th, Gary in 7th. Then we got a double finish combination with Kiski and Zero in 8th and 9th, and then Jonas in 10th, and I've run out of time. Usually I'm pretty good at running through the orders quite quickly, but
yeah, but I tell you what as well, the pole lap, I think Lewis only just beat him by about 6,000th of a second, and then got 5,000th, and then got beat by 6,000th. That was incredible, man. So tight at the top. I mean, if they do have a little tangle and Blizzard somehow bins it, you never know.
It comes to the thing, like, are the English lads gonna race? Are they gonna play it safe, or are they gonna race?
I mean, they'll be fine. I mean, look, if there's a million possibilities, I think 999,000 and 950 they're gonna be absolutely fine. But you never know. There's a couple of wrinkles in the matrix. You never know.
Alright, now I can go for the rest of the grid order now. As we got Steph in 11th, B. Morgan, your replacement for this week, Mark, in 12th. A good job from him. Cortez, the lone Portuguese man, in 13th. Then we got Nutty in 14th, Dantan in 15th, and Nola at the back in 16th place.
Yeah, so obviously the back six have all done the expected thing and started on the mediums, which probably not a bad shout at all, realistically. I know that you can do quite a decent reverse strategy here, but and obviously there's no safety car, so that's going to be a factor. But yeah, just to let you guys know, we are on lap 17 of Group A. Thomas is leading. The two Mercedes are dominating at the front, and that's looking like a 1-2 for the Mercedes. And there's only one retirement, so it's a pretty good going around Azerbaijan. So feel free to catch the end of that if you're a big fan of the Dutchies, particularly. They always have a big following, but we'll be following here.
Yep, and one key thing to note as well is that the two best third place finishers, so the two leading nations with the most points in third place in their respective groups, also go through into the next round.
Yeah.
At the moment, Group A's Lithuania has that spot, but obviously it's all up in the air until the end of the second race in all 4 group stages, and of course Ireland has it here in Group C. So it'll be interesting to see, like, whether Finland's going to throw up a span in the works that might cost Norway or Ireland a spot. You never know.
Well, this is it, even our friend Cortez, he could snatch a point off someone that matters. So he can at least have a bit of fun causing a bit of chaos. Good luck to him.
Yes, good luck indeed. But here we go now, the 5 red lights. Lights out, and we are eventually underway. Same with a drive-through penalty. Those lights were on for an absolute age.
As it's looking like Skivan is going to retain P3. Oh, there's some chaos at the back.
It's a Red Bull.
There's Gary round, there's Nutty round, and there's Cortez round. So that's a terrible start there from Finland, Ireland, and of course Portugal. Bogan up into 4th, who's managed to actually get Blizzard, which is a fantastic start for him. Oshin doing well up in 6th, and then we've got Kiski, who I suspect is going to do well. And TNR Steph on those mediums in 8th place has jumped 3 places, so that is a fantastic effort from him.
Yeah, and now the pressure is on Gary right now, because he's got to make a comeback drive now.
He has, he's got no damage. I don't know if Nutty has, I don't think he does. I don't think Cortez does either, actually. They all look... I think it was just like a coming together. Very, very bizarre, actually. Oshin is really pressing on the back of Blizzard. He's going to be happy as Larry with this. This is an unexpected...
Blizzard has wing damage. I've just noticed it. He's missing his front left end plate.
I mean, he's good enough to keep with, no disrespect to Oshin, but I think he's good enough to stay out as long as it's not too bad. But Oshin needs to be patient here. He needs to chill out as Kiski nearly runs into the back of Oshin.
Yeah, I think the finish line getting a little bit impatient at the moment behind the Irishman.
So this will be intriguing. Oshin just needs to chill out, obviously, and as does.
He goes down the inside.
Great move, fantastic move. They're wheel to wheel. Oh, and Oshin didn't want to give it. He really didn't want to give it, but Kiski with a fantastic set of corners there, just to really keep Finland in the game. Fantastic effort from him, and I think he might make light work of Blizzard with that end plate.
Yeah, I think Oshin made the smarter call to back out of that end.
He really didn't want to. He really didn't want to.
You could tell he didn't want to, but he did make the smarter call to back out of it.
So Oshin now following behind Kiski. He's gapping Steph, but that's to be expected. He really wants to get a second here, just because otherwise Steph's going to be dragged along, and he's made a mistake, and it's going to be really hard to pull over a second away from Steph. And Steph's really going to benefit from this, because if they can't get by Blizzard, he's going to follow along on this train with a worse tyre set.
Tried going down the inside of Dan for 11th place there, but goes a bit too deep. He's now wheel to wheel with Cortez through the penultimate corner, and they both spun in. Oh no!
Oh no, Cortez! Come on, keep it going, my man. I'm rooting for this lad. The lone Portuguese, the lone Ranger. As Kiski makes a big dive. Oh, Blizzard was a fantastic. Wow! What a switchback by Blizzard, though.
Is he going to try and pull off the same move that he done on Oshin? No, he's going to think better of it, but this sector. Oh, as he actually goes down the inside by you.
Wow, that's not a place to go. But then again, you know, with wing damage as well, the chronic understeer on that car, and Oyton has lost a lot of time here. Steph's going to go for it. He's not really thought about it. He decided against it. Blizzard's going to get DRS here. This could be quite chaotic, I suspect.
Yeah, Blizzard with that front wing damage, especially in Sector 1, he's going to be going quite a bit slower than what he would want to be going through Sector 1.
Absolutely. Skivan and Bojan are having the time of their life. They're just going around, relaxing and just absolutely no issues at all. I mean, Skivan, it's imperative, and this isn't a job anyone wants to have, but keeping up here with Aaron, that's going to be key, because he needs to keep in that DRS, because Bogan isn't going absolutely anywhere at the moment.
Yep, and speaking of DRS, B. Morgan has just snuck inside of the DRS window as he just drops back out of it again, but he's
this switchback
literally
again.
on the end of it.
Oh, but this time Kiski makes it work. So you'd fancy him to gain time through this sector. As Nutty is out, and that's a huge blow to Finland for any chance of third place. Especially with Zero running around towards the back of the field. Oshin is getting held up a bit here by Blizzard. Oh, as he runs very wide. Blizzard's still going to have DRS to Kiski, so this could end up being very tough for Oshin if he wants to do anything in his next set of corners.
Yeah, it looks like the straight line speed that Blizzard's got is a bit better as well. You can see he's just pulling away a little bit in the straight line with DRS open.
Oh, Skiman's got past Aaron Collingwood. Fantastic move. We completely missed that, and that is fantastic. We should have suspected it with the DRS, but wow. Skivan then breaking up the monopoly at the front from the two English lads, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that deserves a little bit of a horn.
As Aaron's actually into the pits, so an early pit stop there from the Englishman. And Blizzard's in as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can do. I mean, are they going to two? I don't think you would two stop here, but I know you can go early.
It does look like a two stop from the looks of it, but you never know. The mediums can be quite durable around here.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the track, if I'm honest. Got a lot of support for Team Norway from Langfell in the chat, so he's obviously a big Norwegian fan here, obviously a man of Norway. As we look at Dan Tan, this is quite an important battle actually for second. We've got Dan Tan on the back of Morgan, and these guys are obviously both representing Ireland. Well, they're Ireland and they are Norway, as we've got Nolla out as well. Nolla's parked it, I think, in the pits. I think the Finnish dream is a bit over, unfortunately.
Kiski's going to be absolutely furious. He done such a great job last week and this week. Bit unfortunate for him, but
it's no carry on to the lads from Finland at all. But I mean, I raced a couple of very fast Finns. And they would have done some. I mean, Finland as a racing nation, they can definitely do some damage. So if there's another one, I'd like to see him back. There's Chionis pits, very early pit.
This smells of an undercut on Oshin from Jonas.
Yeah, as we've got Dan Tan looking around the outside of Morgan. These two are going to be going at it for a. Ooh, Morgan kind of cuts across the apex. And this is going to be, you would think, Morgan's corner, but now you would almost think this. No, Dan Tan gives up. Good idea.
Smart driving from Dan Tan, just relax in sector 1, wait for the DRS.
He's going to have it down here. As we've got Aaron. Aaron's going to be on the back of Cortez. You'd think that's not going to matter too much, but under DRS, but you never quite know. Dantan with a much better exit down the back straight here. Is he going to get close enough to Morgan? Is he going to think about it? I don't think he is. He's going to give up.
Oh, he goes for a late pop.
He sent it. Wow.
That was a late decision there from Dantan.
What a move. Very strange, but he gets it done. And that's him up into 7th. We've got Gary catching on the back of these lads. He needs to really put his foot down against these lads, because they're obviously going to be running around on those used mediums for a lot longer than when he pits. But that's not going to be of any consequence to him if he can't catch back up to him.
As Nola has left the session. And Gary's also into the pit, so he's opting out of those soft tyres. Gonna chuck on a set of the mediums. Yeah, and John is going for the set of the hards, so he's looking like he wants to go straight to the end.
Interesting. I think it's Blizzard now on Chonis. Unfortunate situation out of the pits, and Chonis. Yeah. Oh!
It just went on water it, and his wheel was stuck on the wing.
But I think he's going to give that. He'll hope to stay within a second. I don't think he'll look to overtake. He'll just want to get dragged along a little bit for free from the very, very quick driver that is Blizzard. Probably definitely one of the quickest on this game, and arguably one of, if not the quickest on 2018. Depending on who you ask.
Well, a man who's doing well at the moment, Oshin, has managed to close back up the Kiski.
Yeah, it's a good effort from him. But this is now very interesting on the pits. Skivan is staying out. He's doing a really long stint on these. This is interesting. Kiski pits. So the Irish lads they're not doing the short stint on these softs. They're not fancying that. They're staying out.
Think they're going for the soft medium strap?
I think everyone is. I genuinely think everyone's going to be doing a one-stop here, but I just think, I don't know, it's interesting. I mean, track position for me is always key, so hopefully it works out for them.
Well, right now it's incredibly interesting with what's going on with Ireland and Norway here.
Well, this is it. So, I mean, the as it stands isn't really too relevant. We've got J. Cole in the chat. Yes, absolutely. Horns are out. Horns are out. Skivan is in first. He's got a proper lead on Bogan, who is behind or in front of Oshin. But really, at the moment, net P1 obviously is Lewis down in 7th, but he's going to have to get through. I mean, David versus Goliath was a much closer matchup than this, unfortunately for Mr. Morgan. I think Captain Morgan probably has a better chance against Lewis, to be honest, and Lewis gets that done fairly easy on the Irishman. The Irishman. Yes, so great move from him. Lewis is going to keep pressing on, and obviously the benefit to him is he's got Aaron, who's a couple of clicks away from him at all times, it seems, at the moment, and Bogan does pit.
So does Oshin.
Where will they come out now? There's obviously Kiski and Oshin were separated by less than a second, with Kiski ahead, so this will be very interesting to see where the Finn comes out, and I believe, well, he's flying past him. The Finn is flying past, and that is a nice and easy move. Oshin's been held, I feel like, because he's lost a gaggle of time there, and he's come out behind Blizzard, and he's down in 11th. That's a big blow for him.
Yeah, the one saving grace is that he has managed to retain a lead ahead of Jonas on those hards, but he's not going to be happy that he's lost not only the position to Bogan, but from the looks of it, a good 2 seconds to him.
Yeah, as Aaron gets past Morgan, but Lewis, I should say, sorry. Down. Yeah, he matches him down that exact same straight, and he will now look at TNR Steph next, and that should be that for the lead, really. And it should be fairly plain sailing for him, obviously, with no safety cars on. He just needs to keep it on the island, and he's probably got this done.
I'm interested to see where Skiven's going to come out relative to Kiski.
This is it. You know, I'll be completely honest, I don't know the strategy too well around here, and the drop off and the differences between used softs and new mediums, so I can't really tell you.
Clean past into turn 1. Well, Skiven doesn't appear to be losing time to Steph on those you know, same lap old tyres, but obviously Steph being on the medium compared to Skiven on the softs, but he seems to be holding them together pretty decent for the time being anyway.
Right. Well, after Skiven pits, I will do an as it stands. I will go a bit quiet, I'll get into the lab slash pen and paper, and I'll start working out how the lay of the land is points wise in the division. I won't include England because there's no bloody point because they're going to win anyway. But I'll add up all 4 of the other teams. Got Aaron on the back here of Dan, and Steph looking very racy. He's going to be really frustrated he's having to get past these guys because they're in their own battle. They are obviously all on the same team, but they're certainly not going to want to lose too much time because they've got an Irishman who's only 3.5 seconds down the road. As Lewis does set the fast lap, Skiven does pit.
Yeah, so now we'll see where Skiven comes out relative to... Oh, as Aaron goes straight into the back of Steph, and I'm not sure, I think that might be front wings. Yeah, it is front wing damage.
Wow.
Front wing damage for the Mercedes.
I mean, Skivan's lost out hugely here.
Yeah,
he's lost out hugely. I mean, he's going to have fresher tyres though. This has got legs. You know, this is the thing. It's definitely got legs, this race, especially with Aaron. And look at this, Morgan's now caught up by a good second and a bit. And I don't think Aaron's going to be in any mood to be letting Steph through after that contact. So Morgan could really start closing up on the back of this.
Yeah, and honestly, the only Englishman to survive this race so far without any wing damage is the man leading this race. Both Blizzard and Aaron.
Yeah, very good point. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I mean, they certainly can't be afforded to doing this in the semi-finals, and you know, and that could be disastrous in all the final. I don't think the German team, Dutch team, Lithuanian team, many teams to be fair that have got good drivers, I don't think they're going to be quite as forgiving as this grid if they keep doing these kind of mistakes.
Right now we got the Norwegian versus Finnish lad. Kilski and Bogan closing up on each other. And it looks like Blizzard has dropped off a bit from Bogan. He doesn't appear to have any wing damage, but it does look like the gap has grown a little bit.
Could be the tyre difference, you know. I mean, he's effectively on Skivan gets a 3-second time pen. That's not going to help. He's obviously pushing. He's lucky that he's got Oshin behind him, who is gonna not exactly be gonna. He's not going to be committing too much friendly fire, you would feel. Skivan is running right onto the back of Blizzard here, who will not have DRS. So this could be. He's a bit far back, and Blizzard does seem very slick in a straight line. As Aaron gets past Dan.
Yeah, it was inevitable that Aaron was going to get past. Even with that wing damage, he just looked in control, especially with the difference in the tyres at the moment. But you know, we got the lone Portuguese man at the moment in 6th place, just ahead of.
Come on here.
Oh, is he just picks up a 3-second time penalty? He must be listening to the stream. He knows we were talking about him.
Poor lad. But no, come on. Do him proud. Outscore the whole of your team. Your team got 4 points last week.
I think they were all from him anyway.
They got one. They got one team point actually. If he outscores his whole team from last week, I hope he gives them absolute claps. Deserves it.
Oh, Cortez was the one who scored that 1 point last week.
Well, there you go. He's already done it. He could retire now. He's got 100% of Portugal's points. A man that Portugal can be proud of. There's a huge train here, you know, from Morgan. Absolutely huge. I mean, it's going all the way back down to Oshin, who's just losing touch with Skivan, but I don't think that will take. I don't think that will last too long. Blizzard has managed to get himself back into DRS, so prayers up here for Morgan. He's going to really be struggling to keep this lot behind him, especially on these tyres. Oh, as Cortez is going for it. Morgan moves to the inside. Oh! Don't become unpopular with the Irish here, Cortez. Kiski's gone for the move. Fantastic. Yep. Morgan gives him space. Oh, it's so tough around there.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Morgan squeezing him off here, but moves over and gets him back on the track safely. So
yeah, and he gives him the place. So fair enough.
But now this is where the Irish team orders have got to come in. He's got to make sure Skivan can get past by here. Skivan's actually got past Blizzard.
Oh, this is great roadblocking here from Morgan, because now Skivan gets through and he's going to have a run on Bogan.
He's going down the inside.
Wow.
And here goes Blizzard as well down the inside of Morgan. But Skivan has got it done. And Bogan picks up a 3-second time pen. So now they're even Stevens and Blizzard now. All over the back of Bogan.
And Morgan just released Oshin. Wow, that is some serious teamwork there from the Irish lads, as this is just ever changing.
Speaking of the Irish lads, look who's in DRS and for 12th place. Gary on his little comeback drive.
Yeah, any point that you gain here as an Irish lad and you take away from the Norwegians and vice versa, they'll be looking to do it as well. It's just huge.
Well, here's the thing, looking at it now, we know Dan and Steph are going to have to pit. If Kilski gets past Cortez, but Cortez with the switchback.
Wow, what
and Skivan's through as well.
Through.
And down the inside goes Skivan.
Wow.
Oh, that is massive for Skivan. Massive for Ireland's chances.
That is absolutely huge. What a move. What an unbelievable move.
And Oshin's got past Bogan.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
It might be on.
It's on. It's on,
and Gary around the outside of Jonas.
What 30 seconds here. Oh, Jonas has just teleported there.
Yeah, a little bit of lag. Okay. Gary needs to be a bit careful, but yeah.
Well, this is crazy. I'm going to wait until the mediums pit, actually, because this order is just completely irrelevant.
And downtown with a 3-second time penalty.
Skivan does have a pen, we know that.
Yeah, so has Bogan, though.
So,
and Steph has just picked one up as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be playing for. I think Kiski has one as well. Cortez is just having a drive. I did say it. I said he's going to be someone that, whilst his team's hopes are obviously not there for going through, he could play a massive factor in this race, and he's proven it.
Yep, and here goes Kielski around the outside, and Blizzard as well. Cortez just moving out of the way. Oh no, he's tried it back down the inside. Oh no!
Oshin does so well to avoid that.
It's all kicked off.
He's getting involved.
Skivan's got past Steph. He's got the pit stop advantage over Steph now.
That's huge. I mean, that's big for him just to be cracking on into the sun for third place, and it would be drastically needed.
Well, here's the thing. Aaron's got wing damage. He's only just up the road. Skivan is on for second place here.
No. Just take third. Don't matter. Don't worry about Aaron. Let him have the second. It's fine.
I don't think Skivan sees it that way.
Cortez is going to make a move here on Morgan. He absolutely sends it. He's not come here to not be sending it into turn 1 under DRS. He's all out of teammates. So now he's just going to be pinging some bombs, and that was a good move in all fairness to him, as Oshin picks up 3 seconds.
I think that is a second penalty for Oshin. I'm not sure. I think it's a second.
Right, I'm going to check some pens, because we've been asked in the... I mean, Lewis has got 2 pens. Aaron is clean. Dan has a pen. Skivan has a pen. Kiski has a pen. Steph has a pen. Oshin has a pen. I mean, everyone's basically got 1 pen, to be honest. Genuinely, everyone. If Morgan's clean, Gary's clean, Shonis is clean. Everyone at the back's actually very clean. But everyone, pretty much to a man, has got 3 seconds, other than Lewis, who's got 6. As it turns out, and Dan Tan does have a pen, so it's all very even actually on pens.
Well, Oshin just had a bit of understeer, and they're just going to broadcast just to check his front wing. He is alright as Morgan picks up the pen. You cursed him by saying he was clean.
He's joined the 3-second crew. So Steph, the first of these natural medium runners then to pit, he's going to take these 11 laps. They'll be crying towards the end, I suspect, because just based on some lads pitting lap 5 for goodness sake, obviously looking for that juicy undercut, which they did achieve. But the battle for second now really becomes crucial as Skivan's got away from Kiski.
He's in DRS at Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blizzard got his wing changed. That's why he was further down the road to these guys. So Blizzard is certainly not out of it. So this is big as Aaron is almost off track.
Oshin's going to be overtaken by Bogan, yeah.
We're not getting the horns out for that one. Oh! He parked up. He parked that a bit,
tried a little dive down the inside, but thinks better of it. Skivan gets past Dan Tan.
Wow, that's huge. That is huge.
And Oshin back through on Bogan.
Absolutely.
I think they're hearing Ireland's call.
They are hearing Ireland's call. Ireland is on the phone. Do you want to accept? Absolutely. Yes.
And now Dan into the pits. This will be interesting. Where's he going to come out relative to Gary? Because we've seen Steph come out behind Jonas, so is Gary going to be able to jump Dan Tan as well?
So Skivan gets past. Wow, that's big. And Skivan gets past Aaron, who is going to be struggling to stay within that second DRS. I don't think he's going to manage it. So Skivan now is going to have a nice and clear run. Yeah, definitely, from that exit. I'm saying that, he didn't seem to... No, it might actually not, you know. It's going to be very close to this DRS.
Just in there. It's just in there.
Yeah, it is. But it should be fine. Sector 3 is very fiddly, and that should be pretty much signed and sealed for Skivan. He's going to want favours from Kiski here, who is looking down the barrel of Blizzard coming up to him. Blizzard's not going to get it done. So that's another sector that Blizzard will probably have to wait behind Kiski.
Oshin keeping it ahead of Bogan. Yep, there's the switcheroo there between the Norwegians. John is getting out of the way of Dan, letting them go after Gary, and now obviously we got Morgan and Cortez still to pit.
Well, I think we can start totting it up a bit, can't we? Right, let's go. I can hear my pen working wonders here.
Oh, at the moment, I can just see that definitely Ireland are getting second by you. Just because Skivan's up in second place, Oshin's ahead of Bogan, and Gary and Morgan at the moment are both ahead of the other three Norwegians.
Yeah, very true, very true. As Cortez does pit, and he's going to be coming
Gary
back out.
side by side. Oh, he just loses out the Dantan. Oh, but he is going to try.
What the heck? That was some juicy. He's not giving it in. He's basically, wow, that's a meaty move. And that's just protecting. I feel like that's just protecting Morgan more than anything. The longer he can do this, this is some crazy defensive driving. As Blizzard again doesn't seem to be close enough to Kiski.
I'm staying on board. I think Gary wouldn't mind if Morgan just slowed down by half a second. Just like DRS, but Dan now DRS wide open. He's going to try around the outside, and he's going to get past.
I think that is done. So Morgan will go, I believe Morgan will go into last place, so I'm going to work on that basis and add these points up.
Oh! Morgan!
Morgan and Dan! Oh, that's really unfortunate there for Dan, because he's got those fresh softs.
Yeah.
He is not going to be happy. He is not going to be happy at all. Dan been sent round there by B. Morgan, and they both will have to pit. Dan's obviously got some damage. Nightmare situation for these boys. Really not ideal.
I was on board with it, but I literally looked away from the screen for 2 seconds, so I didn't quite see what happened.
I was just following behind. It just seemed like kind of come across each other a little bit there, and then that was that. And the worst thing is that Dan's obviously having to change his wing, and Morgan's going to go through. So that's really unfortunate, and that really changes the complexion of everything. And Norway, you know what? In all seriousness, Norway need these points. They need points for third, for the best third place situation. So
Kiski's going past Aaron for third place, so he's doing a good job here for Finland, and he's up in the podium positions, which does take away that big gap as Blizzard straight down the inside of his English teammate there.
What a move. I think that might have been slightly calculated, I suspect, because I think Aaron realised the jig was up, but he's not going to chase down Kiski, so there's no point keeping his teammate behind. But still, that's a hell of a move from Blizzard.
I'm interested to see how far off Finland are now.
Well, they have. Well, the problem they've got is they've got Dayro is the only other player in this. So they're on 25 points at the moment.
Blizzard picked up a penalty. That could be huge, actually, because you said Oshin had a penalty. I'm presuming it's just one.
Yeah.
He is within. Well, he's just outside the 3 seconds, but you never know. One more penalty for Blizzard, and that could be Oshin up an extra spot.
Yeah, very true, actually. So as it stands, Norway, they are in for, well, 22, 20. 12 points for Bogan.
Eight for John S, 6 for Steph, and 2 for Dan.
Yeah, I mean, this is 32, 35, 49 points for Ireland. Ireland are streaking clear. Portugal doing a lot better than last time, sitting on 5 points, and Finland are on 25. So when you add everything up, I mean, yeah, the Norwegians really need to get a move on. I really hope, for their sake, that they can pick up a few more points, because it's going to be crucial in that third place gap.
Well, this is one thing I do know is that Bogan's got 2 3-second time penalties. He is safe at the moment from Gary with that 14-second gap. And right now, I'd say, as long as Bogan can stay with Oshin and Aaron here and not make any mistakes, he should be able to keep Norway in that third place. But if he drops down...
Yeah, this is it. I mean, if any of these guys start losing any kind of positions, Steph and Jonas chasing down Gary. Gary's tyres are going to start screaming. They really want these two to get past Gary.
And Dan's just managed to get past B. Morgan as well, so we've outscored one of the Irish lads. He's going to be chasing down 0, so that would probably take away the finish threat.
Oh, the Finns are basically out of it now. I don't think that they can really do too much. Oh, as Bogan goes into the back of Oshin.
Oshin's around.
That's a big shunt, and that won't matter too much though in some ways, because, well, it will for Blizzard in some senses, but Bogan goes, he's surely got damage, because that was...
No, Bogan doesn't go away without any damage, and Oshin very lucky there not to be in the wall, but a half spin around you is not what you want with the tie attempts.
No, very true, and this is it, so... Blizzard's still keeping on the back of... Kiski's going to be getting really frustrated with this, because he would have wanted to have been up with Skeven, who is doing a phenomenal job in second place. Now, can Bogan get Aaron? That's another 2 points for them. Do you know what I mean? It's a big moment for these guys now.
I mean, if Bogan can get past Aaron, and maybe Jonas and Steph able to get past Gary.
Yeah, and then
Dan could probably chase down 0 and maybe potentially get Cortez on penalties, I think. You never know.
Difficult. This is it. So you've got Morgan as well on the flip side of it. He's hunting down Dan Tan for, albeit only 1 point, but you never know. It could make a difference. Quite a few of the other lobbies are short as well. Only by a couple of people. Great attendance over obviously the 8 races that have been held, but that will factor into just the availability of points.
Here's the thing. I mean, even if they don't get second place in the group, which is what both Ireland and Norway are aiming for, they can still get through to the next phase by just making sure that they got enough points to keep a hold of the third place that would put them through.
So it's tough right now. It's tough right now to really predict too much. As again, it seems a bit of a lag bubble between Oystein and Bogan, to be honest. Oshin, I should say, apologies. But yeah, Oshin moves really late. Wow, what a move! And that will be P6, and he'll look to be chasing down people. Excellent race from him compared to last week. Really helping his team out. It's Jonas too far back from Gary, but Gary starts going to be screaming. It's just Lewis's race, and it's just his world, isn't it? We all kind of live in it. How it feels when we race against him. It's ridiculous. Absolutely flying.
Skivan's just coming out on the exit of turn 1. Lewis is already at the end of the S's in sector 2.
Jonas now, he's gonna be looking for this move big time. Late on the brakes because he wants a good of an exit. He gets a really big slide on it, and this is going to be awkward because he's not going to be alongside. He's going to have to dive quite big if he wants this. He
had a little peak.
What I find interesting is Steph is actually falling back.
Yeah, 8 lap old softs now. They're starting to come towards the end of their tyre life. This is the thing, I mean, Dan and B Morgan, they should be able to close in on 0. But Cortez and Steph, they're going to be struggling with their tyres in the final 2 laps. You can see Steph is already dropping off the back of Jonas and Gary, and their tyres aren't exactly fresh.
And this is it, so... Now will Oshin get Aaron? That's a big question, because he's got a bit of clear air from Bogan. Which he's developed really suddenly actually, fair play to him. And obviously Aaron's got that wing damage, so this is big for Oshin.
Yeah, if Oshin gets past Aaron by I think that's put the big seal of improvement on Island getting second place here. And I can already tell the Irish horns are coming out.
Oh, they will be when Skivan gets over that line. If Skivan gets over that line. Gary's doing a phenomenal job, I have to say, with respect to him, on those screaming mediums. Is Oshin on the back of Aaron as well, and he's going to be, surely this is just a nice and easy move, and he'll pull away at the end of sector 3, sort of the beginning of sector 3.
We go DRS, and she will close in.
Not the best of exits from the beginning. Aaron's going to defend it, he's not in the mood. Okay.
A little bit of contact there, but Aaron just holding it, and Lizard has dropped a little bit off Kieski for third. I know I'm saying his name different every time I try to pronounce it.
Dan Tanner's just got past a big point there for the Norwegians as he gets past Zero, who's done a long stint on those mediums.
And Cortez on the back of Steph. Now this is massive.
Yeah, this is worth. Well, this is worth. I believe it would be worth. I know only a point still at this point. It's 9 to 10.
Cortez gets on the curb, a little bit of slide there.
Oshin can afford to take his time a little bit here, assuming the pen situation, because, well, it's obviously we've only got a lap and a half to go, but there's no one else really within any kind of threat, unless Bogan really steps on it. So he kind of just needs to run his own thing, really.
Well, Scott, Gary still doesn't have a penalty, does he?
No. Here's one for you. Why has Oshin got 76% of his ERS left? Why is he in hot lap down a straight? Okay, right, he's an overtake now, fine. Just use it. Just use, you might as well use it at this point, because you're not getting anywhere. A bit bizarre.
I think
he's
just saving it to go for an absolute flyer of a final lap to try and get fast.
Jonas sends it, but keeps some respect in that battle there and gives Gary the room, but Oh, it's so close. Gary gets through.
And Cortez past Steph for 10th place.
That's a big, big moment. I think Cortez might have 1 or 2 pens though, but then the grid does. We'll find out in a lap's time, and it's going to be half a lap because Lewis is
already at the hairpin on the DRS straight.
Big, big performance from Skivan, Kiski in particular. I do have to mention Cortez, of course. Morgan, well done for scoring 2 more points than me on commentary as well. Big shout out you. And
Blizzard picks up a penalty.
Another pen. Right, Oshin's right on the back, and he's using all the beans. As Gary and Shonis are in it, and Shonis does get past him. That's a huge moment there for Norway. Can they keep it?
Gary will have DRS though. That's going to be a key moment, but let's see if Oshin can get past Aaron here.
I don't think he will.
Oh, he's closing in.
He's flying. As Lewis crosses the line.
Oshin down the inside.
Just needs to keep it on the island. Oh, that understeer is going to be killing that Mercedes as well. Needs to be careful.
And Gary's back through on Jonas, and Oshin down the inside. Aaron
What a
looking for the
move.
switchback.
Oh, there's a little bit of connection issue.
You should have him. You should have him by you. And yeah, Oshin getting past Aaron on the final lap, and
great drive from Skivan. Great drive from Kiski. Oshin jumps. Oh, but then Aaron jumps Oshin. So Blizzard down at the 6th
corner. Gary does well there to get 8th after his start.
Oh, big point there for Norway. Overtaking Cortez there, Steph. Great effort from him.
Dan will be absolutely furious with the incident with him and B. Morgan earlier, causing them both to jump into the pits.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully that doesn't cost him. It'd be really unfortunate if it does, as we've got Morgan coming round. I hope Norway make it because they are good lads, but I'm sorry, we've got to do it. Ireland are through. Come on. Stewards pending. But that's what we could do, can't we?
There we go. We got an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Finnish lad on the podium.
Sounds like the beginning of a joke, but it's not. As Lewis is obviously... He's completely walked that, but Skivan very clutch in coming second, and well done to Kiski. Not going to see any more of him in this competition, but he's acquitted himself incredibly well. He can be very proud of his performances.
Yeah, absolutely great performance from him. It is a shame, Finland were second seed into this group, weren't they?
Absolutely.
But, I mean... going to be a bit annoyed at his teammates, but Lewis with the win, Skivan in second, Kilski in third, Aaron in fourth, Oshin in fifth, Blizzard 6th, Bogan in 7th, Gary brings it home in 8th, Jonas 9th, Steph 10th, Cortez in 11th, a great performance there from the Portuguese lad, Dantan in 12th, Ozone 0 in 13th, B Morgan bringing on some points in 14th, and then Nola and Nutty, the 2 Finnish lads who unfortunately DNF'd. Yeah,
but there'll be a couple of inquiries, maybe, potentially. Hopefully not, but yeah, fantastic result there from the English lads, and they'll be one of the favourites, of course they will, assuming they get a 4th driver, of course. Even without that, I think they might have actually...
I don't think they needed it. They didn't need the extra man, did they?
I think they might have actually picked up more points than Ireland, potentially, even still. But yeah, no, and good luck to Norway, and I really do hope they qualify, because they are 3rd, I can't tell you exactly how many points, but they're definitely third. Yeah, good luck to them.
Yep, and massive congratulations to both England and Ireland. As it stands right now, obviously Stewart's pending, but they are the two who are going through to round 2 as it stands. Good luck to Norway, and yeah, we hope to see all 3 of these fantastic nations advancing and not just 2.
No, absolutely, and well played to Cortez and the Finnish lads, the Ozone lads, and of course Kiski. Great effort from them.
Yep, and that will wrap it up for tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. I have been Ivor Bryn Mike, joined by the man Mark, and do you want to have one more horn before you leave?
Oh, do we want a horn? Do we want a horn? Oh.
I think they want a horn.
Come on.
Alright, thank you guys for joining us, and next week is round 2, so make sure you tune in then, and also catch out Group D, which is going on right now, so make sure you guys jump on over to see what's going on in Group D. Until next time, guys, have a good one.